Should we know politics or not? Because many people already believe that politics is bad and dirty, that politics perpetuates corruption. These are all stereotypical sayings from people who make quick judgments about politics. But what is politics? According to Merriam-Webster, it is the art and science of government, such as concerned with guiding or influencing government policy. In short, it's a way of governing. So there's a policy at every turn, from food pricing to clothing, private and public organizations, and all services and businesses. There are EVAT and tax policy. Everything is ruled. Regarding the problem with the government, there are wicked and evil politicians. It is the people who have not handled politics very well, instead abusing their power. From elected positions to hired government personnel, which means they are disregarding the laws in order to benefit themselves. However, government is important, even though we have problems with people in positions staining the philosophy of politics. They don't know how to govern, yet they were elected and hired. Justice must be impartial, without bias, and based strictly on facts and evidence, rather than appearances and external pressures. But our government is not good in that. Our government is struggling to have the right politics due to the toxic traits that politicians have adopted and normalized to themselves. Therefore, politics is not the problem, according to the stereotypical mindset of many, but there are politicians who don't know proper politics. Our government is our national agency and can serve as a personal ally in charge of maintaining peace and order throughout the territory, which is our government's fundamental function. Because the government is created for the people, not the government to use the people for profit. I'm glad that Philippine politics is democratic. It's not a monarchy or a communist system which would give one entity complete authority over the people. We are a democratic state with three branches of government. There are the executive, legislative, and judicial. Each has power and authority. So if one so if one branch corrupts or misbehaves, the other can correct it because other branches have the power to do so. Unlike North Korea, for example, where there are no branches of government, Kim Jong-un wields complete power, and who has the authority to correct him? Because he assumed all authority and claimed to be the truth, and others were forced to follow him due to his power. It is unbalanced, and there is no freedom as a result. Instead, people must follow a single identity or be labeled as bad and became an enemy to their government. And that's very terrifying for the people, that the government will never be on their side. But democracy is like in the Lord of the Rings.
We must make three.
Three? Why three?
One will always corrupt. Two will divide.
But with three, there is balance.
We are fortunate and blessed to live in a democratic state. Yet, politicians are the problem. Not all of them, but many of them. They created a toxic political culture, such as project entitlement. They use people's money to create large tarpaulins for themselves, telling everyone they are glorious and successful. That is not serving. People work for the money they use for their projects. That's not their own, but political toxicity. Vote buying, forcing people to vote for them. That kind of attitude or approach is already suspicious if they have good character, especially since they can use money to get what they want, even if it's unfair. How will they handle the laws? Are they going to ban it with money too? Very toxic. Immature leadership. Officials from three branches must understand that their work is full-time public service, so they should deny themselves and able to serve, which means doing what is truly beneficial to the people. Like a situation that disagreement is normal in politics when seeking the truth. For example, politician A wants something opposing politician B, but politician B can't handle it and feels his pride is not prioritized. No compliment, no praise, only opposition. So, so rather than focusing on what is best for the people, politician B attacks politician A because he or she believes it is all about him or her, ignoring the service. Politicians must have self-control in order to think clearly. And other toxic political cultures that have been normalized in the Philippine government, unfortunately. How do we choose politicians?
Nagpabilis ng pagbangon, malasakit. Agad nagmalasakit si Martin Romualdez.
Because we knew that campaigns can be critical for candidates and officials who claim to care about the people and will do whatever it takes to be elected. So we must look and use our eyes without allowing them to deceive us in order to determine whether they have good character and mindsets, not in how they present themselves to everyone, the facade, but in what their beliefs are. We must take a strict approach to their responses in the debate also, especially because it's a space where what they believe can be seen. We can spot who truly they are and keep an eye out because they can sneak around and please the people or wait for majority applause and then creatively lie for the applause. Politicians must stand on the truth, not on what pleases the people in order to gain votes. That is already lying, and after they are elected, they will rob in the government. To recognize and distinguish between good and bad politicians, we must first understand that what constitutes good character. It starts with us too, because what you support can be a reflection. We must be certain that they have beliefs on their own, not just to please the people for a moment after they get what they want. To God be all the glory and God bless.